Welcome to Non-Sucky Podcast, episode 25.
I'm Sandra, this is Stefan, and thank you for listening today.
This is a show about Hollywood movie news, TV news, comic book news, game news, sci-fi news, and discussion.
Pretty much anything we like to talk about. Fun.
It's a new year, new show, new format. The way things are going to go now are 30, 45 minutes free on like you can find on iTunes, Spreaker, and Podbean, and then all over on the www.nonsuckypodcast.com, you'll have the option to subscribe for the premium, which would be uncut, longer, more fun, and it's really cheap. But you can go to the website, check the prices. Let's go ahead and get started since it's not a lot of time for the free folks. Sorry. First up. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson claims he's going to be in a DC movie. And there's been rumors going around, I think we talked about last episode, of Denzel Washington being in the running for Jon Stewart for the... But now, so is Dwayne Johnson, so people are thinking he's probably...
Which one's Dwayne Johnson?
The Rock.
He's going to be the same part?
He's in the running to be... It's rumored he's in the running to be in that rumored role of Jon Stewart, Green Lantern, for the Batman vs. Superman movie. So people are thinking that's probably the movie he's talking about when he says he's in a new DC movie.
Well, that's kind of wrong. So it's kind of wrong.
Wrong?
Yeah, because who is he supposed to be?
Probably that guy.
The same. Which
Stewart?
Green Lantern?
Jon Stewart?
That's what I'm saying.
Why is that wrong?
He's not.
He's black.
No, he's not.
He's black.
Like part.
He's half black. And most people's book as black.
I guess, with this kind of, I don't know. I don't think I could play like an ethnic Asian character. It would have to be like, it can't be like, oh, based in ancient Korea. You know, it's like...
He'd be accepted.
Oh, of course he would, because he's good, Rock. But yeah.
He identifies himself as being black.
He does?
Yeah.
Doesn't really look it.
He's half black, half Samoan.
Yeah, I could see Samoan more than black.
It's kind of weird. The older he gets, the more the Samoan sense looks to come out. But if you look at his pictures of his father, he looks exactly like his father.
Really?
Yeah. Shazam director Peter Segal says the movie's on hold indefinitely, and probably won't see the light of day anytime soon because of the success of Superman. Because Shazam is so similar to Superman.
You know, it's pretty much the same.
They don't want to confuse people with it.
It's just, well, I mean, I think it's kind of weird. I wonder if they're going to go that route, too, where he's like the little boy. Shazam. And then he turns...
Shazam!
And they have to say it like that, too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Though? I don't know. And then it's pretty much Superman. When he says
they don't want to confuse people with Superman and Shazam stuff, so
what?
I don't...
It's a totally different costume, though. It's not confusing.
But, if you didn't know anything about comic books at all, and you see Shazam pop up, like, why does Superman have a different costume?
I guess so, yeah.
Why is Clark Kent a little boy?
Is this one on mute? I just want to make sure.
Yeah, the monitor's off. Like that.
But I still hear, like, a weird thing. Mm-hmm. No? Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Oh, you know what it is? When there's too much bass, it goes into the guitar and the vibrates the strings.
So you gotta turn the guitar around.
Yeah, can you do that?
Alright, next up is the reasons why The Rock might be done with...
He got hurt.
Wrestling in the ring. Well, it's not just because he got hurt. Yes, he got hurt, and Hollywood producers probably won't allow him to wrestle anymore, but also, when he came, there was a lot of jealousy in the locker room amongst the other wrestlers, even though he's done his time, he left, and he come back to boost the ratings.
Oh, people were hating on him?
Yeah.
Probably because he's just so big, and not just the wrestling world, but in,
Well, everyone wants to be like him, be able to leave wrestling and become, like, the top-grossing actor in Hollywood, but be able to come back to WWE for several $1 million to wrestle like once a year or so.
Mm-hmm.
And so they felt that like he was taking their spots pretty much. And then, yeah. Sandra's Anchorman 2 review.
Well, God, I'm trying to remember the movie. The first one I saw, and I don't really remember it as well. You know, it was a long time ago, but I don't remember it being that good.
It wasn't.
This one was better, but it's still the same type of humor. You know, like, I think it was a better story all around. I think that's why I liked it better. But it was still the over the top sometimes and just goofy, you know, so like his type of comedy. So if you like him and his comedy, you will like the second one, because I would say it's better than the first.
So would you say it's worth going in theaters to see, or is it one of those wait till it comes on DVD and Blu-ray?
Again, if you like him, like love him, then go see it in theaters.
But if you don't?
If you don't like him, but you're like, I just want to see comedy and his humor's alright, DVD. If you really don't like his humor and you didn't like the first one at all, then don't bother seeing this.
Yeah, see, I starting to open up more to his humor, so I'd probably wait for a Blu-ray.
Okay. Blu-ray, you're gonna buy it?
No.
Oh, just rent?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about Redbox?
I don't use Redbox anymore.
Why? Something happened to your credit card?
No, I just get... when I go, it's like always nighttime. It's just me by myself, and, you know, I don't want to get held up at a Redbox machine, because they know you have your credit card, and they take your credit card, and bam. B, every time you want to see something kind of new, you gotta wait until it's like a month or two old before you can rent it, if you live in an area where a lot of people use the Redbox machines, which I am.
If you're what?
Live in an area where a lot of people use the Redbox machines.
Then it's sold out?
Like, for that first couple of months that it's out.
Oh, yeah. Have you tried Netflix? Do you do that? You know what we have? We have Netflix DVDs that we have not returned in, like, months. Yeah. Because Mike keeps saying he wants to burn them. You
own those DVDs, Dad.
Oh, my God.
No, you can keep them as long as you have a Netflix account.
I know, but come on now. Like, we were paying for that crap. Might as well make it the cheaper one, because it's $2.
This is my final month of Netflix.
Really?
Because...
What?
WWE made the big announcement of the WWE Network.
Oh, yeah.
Which... That's the only reason I freaking have cable. That's the only reason I push for cable, to watch that every week.
Well, don't get cable then.
No, I'm saying I don't really care about cable
Cable is
anymore.
like $100 or
I know.
over.
This is only $10 a month.
We'll still get cable and Netflix. What's wrong with that?
I don't need Netflix. I barely watch Netflix.
We always watch. I guess for us, it's like, that's all we watch is Netflix. But you're going to watch Netflix a lot more if you don't have cable. You're really going to watch wrestling 100% of the time?
No, 100% of the time, though. It's just, I don't really use Netflix.
Because you're not going to do HBO?
Well, lately, I've been doing,
Wait, does your parents have it? Your parents are going to still have cable, though, right?
Yeah. I'm saying I personally will not contribute to the cable anymore because I'm not going to use it because
gotcha.
I already don't really use I only use it for, like, the wrestling and then maybe for DVR, but lately I haven't been using the DVR because I can go to, like, Fox.com, NBC.com, ABC.com, and watch the shows on there.
Gotcha.
And so it's like, I
really like Netflix. We don't go and watch it on our computers. It's not as easy to broadcast on the TV, even though we could. It's just, and we watch a lot of movies and stuff on it. A lot. So,
like, this weekend was the first time I tried watching a movie on it. And
I think possibly we have Crunchyroll. I want to make sure
I have like a free month of Crunchyroll right now, but I only got it for that one anime series, and then I found another anime series I want to check out, but it's not on Crunchyroll, it's on Hulu, so I was like, well, I don't need Crunchyroll then, because everything on Crunchyroll seems to be on Hulu as well. Just if you don't want the commercials while watching it, then you go Crunchyroll. Fast and Furious 7... They're not going to kill off Paul Walker's character, but they will retire his character in that next movie. They announced they figured out a way to retire.
Oh yeah, they said they're retiring his character. Yeah, I did read that.
So that's going to be interesting. It's kind of weird they're not going to just kill it off, but... Mm-hmm. I just goofed up. There we go. DC Universe Online announced the next big DLC is going to introduce new power, the Red Lantern. Red Lantern
the dark.
Anger. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's going to be in the next pass, the next playable power.
Meh. Just kidding.
Wow.
I'm just kidding. Do you have to buy it?
Yeah, or subscribe. My stomach's growling. If the mic just picked that up.
You hungry?
No.
You have more?
No.
No.
Yeah, that'll be the next playable power. And I will check it out once that comes out. Oh, right now they're doing like a legendary thing where old players can come back to DC Universe and play for free, but have the subscription abilities for a full month, just so you can see what's all changed. See if you want
to. Are we still going to talk about the Final Fantasy? You get to have all those subscription.
Oh yeah, that's coming up.
Okay.
All right, DayZ. Just heard about DayZ. I've known about the mod DayZ.
What's that?
Like, there's a game called Arma 2.
Arma? How do you spell that?
ARMA.
Okay.
2. Okay, Arma 2. It's kind of like a Battlefield for PC. And then someone had created a mod called DayZ where they modded the game up and threw zombies in there. And so they turned it into like a little survival game. And that was like the most popular mod, and then more people were playing the mod than the actual Arma 2 game. And the guy...
Because of zombies?
Yeah. I mean, because everyone loves Walking Dead, and so it's probably... Might as well call it the Walking Dead video game. So they decided to take that mod. The maker of the mod decided to make his own standalone game just called DayZ. And right now it's in alpha. And so pretty much what it is, it's a survival game where you start off the game with nothing.
What is the system on? PC?
It's on PC.
Of course.
You start off with nothing, and then you have to run off the coast inland as fast as possible because you have other players who will...
Have you played it?
I played a little bit of it.
Was it fun?
It was scary because there's no music or anything. They try to make his life like as possible. So I was
you
like...
hear the crunching on the leaves and all this stuff?
Yeah, you hear people breathing, you hear people's footsteps, and like when it becomes nighttime, it's pitch black. And so you have to use the flashlight, and you can only see that little circle. So I was searching in his house for some stuff, and then I just hear a voice like, I'm just here looking for stuff. And they're like, turn off the lights too bright. And I see a hand coming across my screen, and I got scared, and I turned it off. Like, okay, I'm going to wait till somebody else gets on this before I do this.
Oh, so you can play with...
Yeah.
It's like okay.
Up to 40 people a server.
Who was saying that?
I don't know if it was
in-game or another person?
That's just it. I don't know. I didn't wait to find out.
You just turned it off?
Yeah. I didn't know if it was somebody turning into a zombie or if it was another player or what.
That's funny.
It was freaky. But yeah, I hope to...
So what was that other game you were talking about that you sent us the video for?
That was it. That was DayZ. Other in it, people... It's a survival game and people...
You can't play that on the PlayStation?
No.
Dang, well why did you even show me that?
It's an independent game.
Golly.
But it's like people can rob each other... They can kidnap each other.
So how would you rob somebody?
Way it is, if you only have one life, so if you die, you lose everything. You gotta make the character all over again and start from the very beginning. And people put like weeks or months into their characters. And
are you kidding me?
Yeah. So
are you kidding me?
So a person comes up to you with a gun as a holdup, you're willing to give them the stuff you have in your backpack to prevent to have to.
So where do you get a gun from?
They have them in like inside the houses. You gotta find them like. Sometimes you can find something in the house.
So, like, if you have your gun in your pocket kind of thing, and you're not walking around with your gun,
right?
Then
you got to switch over to it. But while you're switching, they can shoot you if they think you're about to do
God.
that. You press like F2, I think it is. Put your hands up to surrender. So
I bet there's murderers on this.
Oh yeah, there is. That's why it's best to find some other people you know and all go together in a pack and have one person armed at all the time, while the other person searches for this stuff.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That game would just... No, I'll get pissed off at that game and start all... I hate...
Well, see...
If you know me, I hate starting over in a game. I hate it. I do not want to invest in something and have to start all over.
It was funny. The guy that persuaded me to try it out hates it now and won't even play it again. I think he got killed.
See?
And he put a lot of time into it.
That's what I'm saying. No.
It seemed like it'd be fun.
Sounds fun, except for that. That turned me off.
That's why I've been trying to get other people to try it out.
It's cool because that's the only way it would work for you to like put up your hands and surrender and do all that stuff. Like that's the only way that makes sense.
Yeah.
I was wondering why. I was like, why is that person just surrendering? I was like, can I come with you? No. I just stole from you.
No, I just robbed you, dude.
Yeah.
You're gonna get me back something eventually. But yeah, check out videos on YouTube of DayZ. It looks like it's pretty entertaining, and they were only expecting, I think, 300,000. They ended up getting over 1 million people to purchase the alpha. Alright. Sony has announced they're going to try a new formula for the subscriptions to their games. This summer, they're going to try out one subscription for all their games. And so you just pay the $14.99, and if you pay that $14.99 for just one of their games...
Sony, like the online multiplayer games, not like the Sony PlayStation...
Same company, but yeah.
Yeah, but not that. You know how there's like a different price for like playing DC Universe Online, like that type of thing.
Glad you said that, because that only applies to the PC side. On the PC side, you subscribe to $14.99. That covers your Final Fantasy 14, your DC Universe Online if you play on PC, and EverQuest Next. So all three of those cover just that one fee. But they said they have no plans of doing that for the... They don't have any plans for it to cover the PS3 right now. But
that I did not know.
But all three of those games are coming to the PS4, so wouldn't be surprised if they end up doing the same thing if it's successful on the PC side. Right. IGN did a test ever since PS4 came out. They installed every game they could onto the PS4 to see how many games you could fit on their 500 gig hard drive. And what they came up with, there's only 400 gigs available for you to use. The other 100 gigs saved for like the operating system and all that stuff. So on that, they were able to fit. There's like, first they installed every.
Is this different options, or is this the only system they have?
The only system.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that was that big.
Yeah,
that's pretty.
All of them come with 500 gigs,
That's
but they give you the
good.
option to you can trade them out with a terabyte or 3 terabyte gig hard drive.
Gotcha.
But with the 500 gig that it comes with, they installed every disc-based game. And then they downloaded every downloadable game that's available for it. And they were able, of the 28 games that are out, they were able to install 27 of them. Which is pretty good, because the average person only plays 4 or 5
With
games.
how many digital games? No digital, just 27 discs?
No, it's not 27 discs. They installed every, I think it's like 10 to 12 disc-based games. And then there's like, I think 15 digital games. And so... They installed everything onto it, and the biggest game is that NBA 2K14, which I think was like 4 gigs.
See, because these are also the first games that are out, so they might be taking up more later.
Right.
That just kind of sucks. Is it the full game, or do you still have to use the disc? Because you know how you have to like download
you have to use the disc. That's what they're saying. Like the games that are required you to download into the system.
So does this go for all games that you have to do this for?
Like they just call themselves downloading every game that's available right now, like the full digital game of like the Resogun and stuff like that, and then installing all the disc-based games to the hard drive, and seeing if how many games, what's the limit for the 500 gigs.
Mm-hmm.
Since it's higher quality, they're bigger games, and so every game is out except for one right now. And
every downloadable game?
Yeah.
Gotcha. But PS4?
Yeah, for the PS4.
Gotcha. How many is that?
27.
Okay. Gotcha.
So it's like they were able to install 27 of the 28.
That's not too bad, but that also maybe it's okay. It's good, but then it sucks that because that's only if you buy the digital games. I was just thinking if you have a disc, you want it on the disc because you don't want to use that space.
Right. But if you have the disc, there's a lot more games. You can fit on that.
So that's cool.
And they're saying the average person only plays 4 or 5 games at a time, and then.
Yeah.
With the cloud system the way they have it now, when you're done with the game.
But at the same time, when you want to go back to play a game, you don't want to have to download it all over again. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, you just kind of want to just pop it in and play.
I'm not even sure if I own 28 games on the PS3. At Samsung hosts, like, their own little E3 thing called, like, CES. And so...
Well, I didn't think it was, like, E3. I thought it was more like the Apple...
kind of like... That's what I mean. It's like E3 and the Apple's thing they host. Yeah. Well, Sony, that's when they made their announcement of the PlayStation Now, which PlayStation Now is going to allow you to play PS3 games, PS2 games, PS1 games on other devices like the Vita and the PS4, and then they're saying even just your TV, if your TV has internet access. Mm-hmm. And so all you'll need is your DualShock 3 controller for the PS3, and you can play those. But then you also need a fast internet connection. Mm-hmm. And it sounds like they haven't given.
I'm still wondering about the AT&T, the new one that they're trying to compete with the Google.
Oh, the Google Gigapower or whatever.
Google Fiber or whatever.
Yeah. $70 a month.
Is it 70?
It's $70 a month for that thing.
Well, we already paid 60 something. You know?
They have it in your area?
Probably not, that's the part.
See, we want it, but the whole thing is, we've had Uver since it's been here in Austin.
Yeah.
And we have not been happy with the service because they can't seem to get... One thing I find bad about a lot of these internet providers is, like, when they first come in, yes, it's fast. But the more popular they get in your area, the slower it gets. So it's like...
stupid.
So you don't want the most popular service out there then in your neighborhood.
Well, that's what happened with Time Warner, where we got it, and then they said, okay, well, you want faster connection, we can offer you this one, and it's like a boost. So when people aren't on, especially if you're just downloading stuff, it'll give you a boost enough to, like, you know, download the stuff as long as people aren't using it during that time. So, and then that wasn't working well because of something, I forgot it was. I think it was just the modem that they had. It was like a crappy, no, not modem, what is it called, wireless?
The router?
Yeah, it was the router that they provided us was just crappy.
See, thing is, they keep, every time we bring them out, they keep blaming it on the router. Say, it's time for a new one. It's the router. Yeah. Like, it's not the router, it's time for your service.
I know. And we had a call before and just have them restart it and reset everything. Yeah. And then it works better again. It's like so stupid. Then we got a new router and it did work better. But then we also had upgraded to where instead of having every once in a while, it's like higher or whatever, it's constant. So that's why we pay 60 something a month now. But you've had our internet. It's like still goes
out. Yeah. And like that's what's annoying is they can't keep up. Like, they can keep up, but they're trying to be as cheap as possible. Yeah. And then you have like
for the rest of the world. Yeah.
Yeah. And you have companies like this PlayStation Now where they require you to have high-speed internet service, but your internet providers don't want to provide that.
Well, see, because especially if it's Samsung, in Korea, their slowest is our fastest.
I know, it's really sad.
And it's cheaper than what we pay on the slowest.
That's why I would love to do the PlayStation Now, but it's like, with the internet service that we have right now, can't afford to. Yeah. They want to charge you $100 just to have a decent internet service to run this stuff.
And I wonder how consistent it is, because maybe if everybody has it, it won't be as bad. I don't know. And then it sucks because I don't live in the city, so I don't really have all the options out there for me.
And you want to talk about the new Steam controller?
So on Steam, if you download games on that computer, it's like digital games. It's called Steam. And they actually have their own system coming out and actually even an own controller coming out. Like in the systems nowadays, you look, PlayStation, how long has it been since they really changed the controller?
It's been a while.
You know what I mean? It looks the same. It fits the same. Nintendo's the only one doing it.
No, the PS4 controller was the first big change in their controller.
Well, it looks the same except for that little touchpad on the top.
It looks pretty different.
No, it doesn't. It fits the same in your hand. Look, I think this is what I'm talking about. Look at Nintendo. First you had the square, right? Mm-hmm. And you had the 2 buttons. Then you have the Super Nintendo, which had the 4 buttons, the top buttons, and then, the pad, right? Then you get, what was next? GameCube. Then you got, oh my god, it's a joystick. And then you got the buttons, and then you got triggers. Right?
I know, it's not,
that's what I'm saying.
It's not as drastic of a change as
and then
Nintendo's
the Wii, and then you got, like, motion control. And
but
like
you also haven't really played on the PS4 all that much yet.
I've played it. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
This is like a more comfortable feel, and they got the speakers in the controller, and you got the touchpad on it. It is
more comfortable, but still, it's not that joystick. Okay, for instance, I'm playing Final Fantasy on the PS4.
3.
Well,
the PS3 controller is way different than the PS4. It's like hard to go back to the PS3 DualShock 3 after you play on the 4.
But still, I have that trigger going on, right? Mm-hmm. And then holding down that trigger really hurts my hand. And using that joystick really cramps up my finger. That joystick is the same joystick that's on the PS4. The same joystick, yeah.
But I do know
I feel like I'm getting arthritis in my thumb. Like, seriously.
Oh.
Well, this... What? Don't say it.
No, I meant to bring you the disc to install that on the PC.
Oh, thanks for effing me. Just kidding. No, so... let me talk about the Steam controller. So, have you seen the new Steam controller?
No.
There is no joysticks.
I don't want to play that.
No, it's like the same setup, same feel, the same hold. But you know how in the back of the PS4 controller it's like touch, right? Mm-hmm. No, the back of the Vita, right? It's like touch. The joystick is touch, and a lot of people were actually like really happy with it and saying it's very responsive and it's very comfortable. That's like the first. It's like, yeah, why just not take away the joystick, So it's the first kind of, I think, move towards a new controller, which is pretty cool.
Well, the one reason they don't really make a lot of changes in controllers with the other companies, because whenever you change something like that, you have like fans of the original one complain. And
of course, you're always going to have someone complain.
So that's why they try to...
But you're going to have people complaining when the same sucky thing isn't working.
Well, I mean, because like when the Wii U came out, the original Wii came out, everyone loved that they changed up the controlling system and loved that. Then after a while, when they started trying to play adventure games on it, people were complaining about those controllers because they want to go back to the original way they did things.
Usually they give you two options. I've never complained about the Wii controller.
You haven't, but there was a lot of people that were complaining, like with Zelda, they preferred playing that new Zelda when it was out on the GameCube at the time because of the controller, and everyone's like, why didn't you just use the old controller for it? Yeah. No, I know, but not everyone's...
Yeah. But still, again, you have so much advanced technology now. Like, think of something different.
Okay. Sony and Microsoft announced their sales numbers for the end of 2013. Microsoft sold 3 million units worldwide by the end of December. And Sony sold 4.2 million in the United States.
You said Sony both times.
Oh, Microsoft sold 3 million Xbox Ones in 2013, and Sony sold 4.2 million PlayStation 4s in America. So they that's pretty good for both companies, though. Yeah. It's like one of the biggest launches.
I think Xbox actually came out the release first, and they're wondering if it matched that. But million more, that's a lot.
Yeah, they're saying even if Sony had done a worldwide release, it still would have been the same number because that's how many units they had. Mm. So they're pretty much saying they sold every unit they made. Yeah.
But they didn't have those numbers until recently.
Yeah.
So, I mean, still, that's a lot.
Alright. Nintendo is sued for patent infringement and loses. They owe $15 million and 1.82% of 3DS sales for the stereoscopic 3D used on their cameras on the 3DS systems.
So I think it was supposed to be for maybe like $3 to $5 for every 3DS that's sold. So they owe that much money plus that percentage of it because they're selling a lot of it.
Yes,
I think they're actually getting sued for more, but then it wound up being that much. They wind up doing the percentage because it's how much they're selling.
And they're selling more 3DSs than they are Wii U's.
Oh, that's what it was. So I think they're trying to sue for a lot more, but they said, I think what wound up happening is 3DS, that's not a huge part of the 3DS or even to play the games. So that's why they wound up cutting the cost. But it is still on every 3DS system. So because of that, they have to pay that amount if they continue to use it on the 3DS.
Do you even use the 3D mode on yours? Because I think I've used it once, and that's only when it's plugged in, because I know it sucks the battery.
Every once in a while, I'll use it.
If it hurts just to
get let me see what this looks like in 3D. Oh, nice. Okay, I'm turning it
back. I want to preserve as much battery as possible.
No, for me, it's not battery. It's just like kind of, you got to get used to the 3D, and it's kind of, it's cool, but it's a little gimmicky, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Swamp Thing nominated IGN's Best Series. The new Swamp Thing, or what?
It's like a new Swamp Thing. I think they're on number, I don't even remember what number they're on. But it's a comic, and it's a new Swamp Thing, and IGN is rating it like one of the best reads out there right now. So I'm kind of curious, and I just want to buy a trade. There might be like maybe I think it's on number like 17 now, or 16. I mean, it's pretty low, or maybe 20-something. I can't remember, but something in there. And the teens or 20s. So it hasn't been out for that long.
Yeah, I don't know if you read the new 52's version of Justice League. It's called Justice League Origin, where it's kind of like a new telling of how the Justice League comes together. I actually like this tale of them coming together through Darkseid. And it's pretty... Well, they have an animated movie coming out, I think, next week. Called Justice League War, which is the animated version of this.
So what style is it going to be drawn in?
It's,
Bruce Timm?
No, it's not Bruce Timm.
Would compare it to another cartoon?
I have to look at the trailer again. I don't remember. I just saw... you remember... Did you see that last anime movie they made?
No.
I'm trying to remember which one it was. I think it's more of that Final Frontier style. But don't quote me on
I
that.
don't remember.
Oh, not Final Frontier. What was the last one? I think Doom? It's not the Bruce Timm style. It's the newer style after Bruce Timm was no longer involved with all that.
I don't know.
But it still looks pretty... The story looks like it's pretty good. I just read the comic. The comic's awesome. But then I realized I probably shouldn't have read the comic first, because now I'm going to be comparing it to the comic, and I'm not going to like it.
Yes, that always happens.
I know.
But all the... Oh, wait.
They're
making a series or a movie?
Animated movie.
They're making a movie?
Yeah.
Movies are usually a lot better. It's a series when sometimes it's not.
Well, because look at the... what was that Superman one? The one you like?
Oh, All-Stars?
Yeah, Superman All-Star. All-Star Superman. How you said you like the comic more of that one than the anime. That's what I'm kind of... Now I'm kind of afraid
they kind of just cut it down a lot and took a lot of stuff out. It wasn't even the whole story. Yeah, you might be disappointed a little bit.
Yeah, I might.
Because of your favorite parts in it, they just might cut out totally. Because they just want to stick to the story rather than it being like a cool part that you might like in it. I don't know.
And Wizard World announced some changes they're making this year for the biggest Comic-Con, which is San Diego's Comic-Con. You used to be able to buy like weekend pass or several day passes. You now have to pay for each day individually when you purchase your tickets. And then when you go there, you can compile them into like a pass for or however many days it is, but it's no longer going to be discounted for buying more than one. And people think that's to allow more people the chance to get in there, because that sells out so fast, and a lot of people never.
Is it going to be more expensive? Is that what's going on, or what?
It's not going to be more expensive. Oh, the tickets are going to look like they're more expensive because you're not getting a discount for buying multiple days. It's still the same price, though. But I'm wondering if they're going to do that for all the other Comic-Cons as well, though. Wizard World hosts the one that we have here.
Well, even if they do it here, I really, really, really hope... So it's going to be more expensive, is that what you said, right?
No. It's going to...
But I don't get it.
It's going to look more expensive just because normally if you buy 2 or more days in advance, then it's cheaper because they discount it based on the number of days you buy. But
they're not going to give you that discount.
There's not going to be a discount anymore.
Well, people are still going to go, especially if they like it.
One thing I don't like that they're doing for the Austin Comic-Con, though, is they changed the days.
Well, they did?
It's going to be Thursday through Saturday this year.
Oh, that's weird.
I know.
Saturday is usually the biggest day, so it's almost like I don't want to go on a Saturday. At least if I go on a Saturday, I want to buy the tickets on Friday.
I'm kind of wanting to take off that Friday and just go that Friday.
What I don't like is how they make you, even if you pre-order the tickets, they make you go in line for like 2 hours just with the people that didn't order it ahead of time to pick up your wristband. So why don't they send it like any of the other concerts in Austin that they have? Like,
you're better off buying like a multi-day pass and going that first day and getting your thing. And
that's what I'm saying. Exactly. Yeah. We're going on a weekday, and then but that's stupid that you have to buy 2 days, especially if they split it like that. And they might do it because it was pretty popular here. You know what I mean? Like this last one, maybe they just weren't expecting it to be that big.
It's crazy popular.
We waited in line for over an hour. That was nuts.
Yeah, and then by the time you're in there, you're already kind of tired. And
yeah,
it's like,
I was just kind of done. I was already in my costume and my heels. And
you're like, I waited lines, so we're staying to the end of the day for this.
God, it was nuts. I was not expecting that long line. It was hot in line. It was cold outside, but then hot in the line. Kara did not want to be put in a stroller, and I had to carry her in my heels, and it was just terrible.
Yeah. It is, like... But you got to see the different costumes in the line. Yeah. You saw more costumes in the line than I did in the inside.
Yeah, that's true. Well, see, we didn't even go to any of the convention stuff. We just went to the...
I don't think you would have been able to get into the convention as long as the lines were just to get in. That's the thing, is like, if the lines just to get inside the main showrooms that long, then you're probably not even getting into those.
We didn't even try though. It wasn't even.
Yeah, I know.
We didn't even have time. It was just like I was not expecting it to waste another hour in there. We would have went upstairs because by the time we got through the line, spent like maybe an hour looking around and we're already hungry.
Yeah.
And then gotta eat.
Spent another hour tracking everybody down because everyone split off and go their own things and stuff.
I think because I was like, oh, okay, come on. And you're like, wait. I was like, okay. And then you're like, okay. And then we're going. And then I turn around and you're gone. And I think you couldn't see me because your costume.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Alright. Smart brands. You put this down. Smart brands. Razer, Naboo, smart brand. Bands? Oh, yeah, sorry.
Smart bands.
Yeah.
It's like supposed to be like the new, you know how they have the Samsung watch, pretty much?
The wristwatch?
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah.
That connects to your phone?
Yeah.
So it seems like now I'm noticing there's more of a trend going on with these bands. And there's, what brand did I say on there?
Razer.
Razer is like coming out with this brand. And it's not just connecting to your phone, but it also checks how much you're walking, your sleep patterns, like health stuff, you know, so that you could monitor all that stuff on it too. I just see this kind of getting pretty cool. Like I've been wanting one of those, you know.
But now you need Apple to release their own.
Yeah, you know, yeah. So I've been wanting one of those type things to monitor, you know, how I sleep and how I whatever. So that seems pretty cool. Kind of like new watch, sort of, you know, on your hand. And I don't want to have my phone. I don't want this thing to be more, because, you know, your phone uses, what is it called? Like, it's connected to the network.
Wi-Fi?
It doesn't just use Wi-Fi, but
the Bluetooth
has, like your actual phone network.
Oh, the cellular?
Yeah, I don't want to... Cellular is, like, more radiation than Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. And so I'm hoping these bands are just more Bluetooth and Wi-Fi rather than cellular. Because if it is, then I just, like, keep my phone in my purse and then use my wristband.
Well, see, even when we're in school and cell phones first started getting popular, they're warning everyone using cell phone advances the speed of, like, brain tumors. Yeah. And then now cell phones really taking off and people are on all the time and always in their ear. So it's going to be interesting in the next 20 years or so. It
sucks.
Yeah.
Because I use it a lot.
I know. That's why I've been trying to hold back.
I've been lately, trying to put it on speaker.
That's what I do when I'm like in the car. I just put on speakerphone, or at home I put on speakerphone.
I almost feel like now, I don't know, it might just be a mental thing, but when I put it up to my ear, it almost like hurts my head. But it could just be a mental thing. I don't know. But I think it also, when I have it up to my ear, it's hot. It gets warm after using it for so long.
Well, plus, if you have it on speaker, you can do other stuff.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about that junk.
So, 39 minutes?
Yeah. I guess we could talk about Shia LaBeouf claims he's retired from the public life. Everyone's picking up on it.
Everybody is, like, retiring from public life. You can't retire from public life.
It's the younger...
Getting too much crap. Well, what did he do, though?
He plagiarized...
Yeah.
He plagiarized someone's independent comic book and made his... wrote, directed, and starred in, like, some short film that he had online.
Come on, you're famous.
Claimed it to be original.
How do you not think this person's going to find you and see that?
But that's not even the bad part. He came out and apologized for that.
Yeah.
But he plagiarized the apology for plagiarizing somebody else's work.
Oh my god. I can't believe it.
Yeah, so he's like, he's done with public life.
I almost wonder if it's his, like, what is it called?
Publicist?
Yeah. It's like doing it. You know, because usually the publicist is the one that tells you what to say and whatever.
But the whole thing with him, he's like, he went down, like, everyone had high expectations of him after Even Stevens because he was funny in that little TV show.
He was.
And then he was in that Eagleheart, and he got his big break with, not Eagleheart, wow. I forgot what it's called. The Eagle, or something like that. That sci-fi,
I remember
that CIA movie. But then he got his big break with Transformers, and that made him a bigger star.
He went in the movie The Disney One Holes or something?
Yeah.
I was hoping that would be good. It was almost like good potential, but it wasn't really that good. It was kind of boring.
Yeah, everyone still jokes around about Holes. Like, so what you're saying, it's a prison movie called Holes.
No.
The bigger you are, the bigger holes you dig. But yeah, but
That's just you.
No, it's not just me. People at work joke about it. He started getting a big head.
Yeah.
After Transformers, like.
Yes.
And then him coming out and talking trash about the Indiana Jones, and
it's
even
terrible.
though it was bad Indiana Jones, but still, you should promote the stuff you're in, not bash it. And he just doesn't seem all there. He's like one of that Disney syndrome.
All of them.
Yeah. And then there was something else you want to talk about.
Yes. There's this, and I don't want to, like, advertise it too much right now, but there's this thing that I found called Loot Crate. Have you heard of that?
What's Loot Crate?
Okay, so pretty much I think you pay about $15 to $20 a month, and there's a code you can do, to get it cheaper, so I think I went up paying like $14 something a month for this. But I think this company gets stuff in bulk, gets whatever, right? And it's pretty much, they get it in bulk and they get it pretty cheap, and then they pick for you all this stuff and they put it in a box and they send it to you.
What kind of stuff?
Like, just nerdy stuff. Like, every box, though, every month there's a theme. So let's say it's superhero theme. Well, then you'll get one of those little, bobblehead guys or whatever, the plastic, what are they called?
I guess bobbleheads.
No, like the little mini, whatever, sometimes in...
No, those things. I don't know what those are called.
I want to get,
yeah, I want to get some of those.
Plastic looking. And
you can find your 7-Eleven and Walgreens and stuff.
Yeah, so you'll get like one of those, and those are like $20 themselves, or $10 themselves. Actually, about $10.
Yeah, about 10.
And so this thing is like $15 or $20 a month. So you get one of those. You get maybe another little toy. You'll get like a keychain. You'll get a T-shirt. All based, and the T-shirt will have some like original art of a fan that has, something mixed. I don't know.
It's called what?
Loot Crate. LOT Crate.
Oh, Loot Crate.
Mm-hmm. So, I've never heard about it before, but I went ahead but I did see a lot of people doing it. So this is like all you get for like that price a month. And I went ahead and ordered it. And so this is a T-shirt right here. So do you see how it's like a Transformers, but it's like a mixed theme?
But they ask you like a shirt size or anything to make sure you get the correct.
So originally they ask you for a shirt size, because not every time do you get like a shirt, but when they do, they want your shirt size. So it's pretty cheap because you can't buy all that stuff for only like $15 a month, So when I got it, and I haven't received it yet, but when I do, I want to talk about it. So that's why I wanted to mention it now.
When did you order it?
Couple weeks ago. So it comes out every month. So this month should be coming out. I'm not sure.
How much is shipping and handling though?
I think
it's like $6.
Yeah. So, but mine came because I had like a sale or something, and it was like Epic. God, I think it might have just been Epic. I can't remember, but it was like 20% off or 15% off. So you can buy the bulks. Like, see, this is like you one-time payment, $55.11. And then they'll send it for 3 months. And then it'll redo it, reoccurring every 3 months. And then you save a little bit more doing that. And so this is like reoccurring every month. And you can cancel it at any time. So I just did it to check it out. See what kind of stuff it is. I think, it's kind of like Christmas in a box.
Yeah.
Like every month. I don't know. I'm just curious about it. So I'll let y'all know how it goes. This is, I think also, you get something every month, right? Like a box. But one person gets, like, this epic box. And it's supposed to be, like, stuff worth maybe $200 or something. Like, every month there's, like, an epic thing, So. So, yeah, that's it.
The WWE Network?
Oh.
I'm sorry. They made an announcement that they won the CES. So in social media, because that's the only thing.
What's that? I don't get
social media is like their announcement of the WWE Network is what created the biggest buzz out of the whole CES, because people weren't expecting it to be what it ended up being. Like, they're expecting the announcement. Yes, they expect it to just be like a Netflix like service, but it's not. It's not gonna be a Netflix like service. It's gonna be its own
your thing, the way
TV
you're
network. Buy. Yeah, it's gonna be its own TV network, but online.
I get it.
But no.
Oh, okay.
You don't get it.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay, what?
Okay, so...
You're talking about WWE.
Yes.
Do I really...
They said 122 million homes. Of that, 66 million people watch. So there's a person in every home in the United States that watches. It's $9.99 a month. You get every pay-per-view that's ever been made in WWF, WCW, ECW, and all that. If you buy every pay-per-view a year, you're paying $656 a year on pay-per-view.
I don't. No, yeah, it's good for you. I told you that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And not just me. I'm just saying people who actually order it or
who
have to
actually
order it.
watch this crap. I'm just kidding.
Wow. So if they pay $9.99 a month, they're only paying the $120 a year, and they're saving $500.
Yeah.
And then
we already talked about that.
But what makes it different than Netflix is, yes, it's going to have stuff that's on demand, but it's also going to be like a streaming television network on the site itself or on the apps or whatever you watch it on. And you can watch it on the PS3, PS4, your cell phone, your computer.
Just like Netflix.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. All right. We'll talk about the Arrow versus Marvel Agent Shield next time. That will be all for this week.
So go ahead and follow us, like us.
On Facebook.
And
sorry, go ahead. You said like us, and I thought Facebook, and then I realized, oh wait, they can like on other things as well now.
What is it? NS...
At NS Podcast on Twitter. Continue to follow us on Tumblr.
It's nonsuckypodcast.com or at gmail.com is our email if you want to email us with any questions. And what's our Facebook?
Just do a search for Non-Sucky Podcast. It's a weird...
Number drum.
Yeah.
You can change that.
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
You're the one that created it.
Yes, you can.
All right. Well, thank you for listening. We will see you later.